Typically, a person consumes about 135 liters of fresh water per day. What you are seeing right now is a 40,000 liters of treatment capacity. If you look at the dissolved oxygen in sewage coming out of your homes, the characteristic value would be say around 0 to 1.5. But if you go in 1.5 milligrams per liter, if you measured the dissolved oxygen in say fresh river body or lake body, that would be around 4 to 5 milligrams per liter. Now, if the dissolved oxygen comes down from to about 2 milligrams per liter or lesser, then the fishes begin to die. So, if you are just leaving your sewage into the rivers or lakes, there are chances that the life in those bodies might die. So, the whole idea is to raise the dissolved oxygen and then leave it into the river. So, when you raise the dissolved oxygen, even if you leave the treated water into the rivers, it is not going to make much of a difference. So, here in our STP, all these plants basically are like they are adding the dissolved oxygen into the water. It is just basically the soil and the plants and the sunlight, and that does its magic and brings out clean water. So, what you see behind me is an overhead tank, and that overhead tank is placed on a slab, and under the slab is a collection tank. All the sewage from this building goes into that collection tank, and from the collection tank it is sent to the overhead tank, so that from the overhead tank the sewage is just flowing into these modules through this upper grid of pipes that you see here, and the water is just percolating down by gravity flow. There are no moving parts to do that. So, as it percolates, the clean water is coming down through these pipes, and that is the water that we reuse for flushing, gardening, car wash. Now, if you have visited any sewage treatment plant, you will see 3-4 things which are unique with any electromechanical technology. One is you will have a series of tanks. There will be a collection tank, equalization tank, aeration tank, clarifiers, then filtration. So, you have that kind of, here in our case we just have one collection tank, and there is one treated water tank. So, the water from the collection tank goes to the overhead tank, comes down through these modules and gets collected in the treated water tank, and from the treated water tank it is sent for all kinds of reuse purposes. From a distance you can see our STP working. Actually, when you see that kind of bushy growth, it tells you that your STP is working. So, there are no filtrations, there is no sludge cost, and the most important thing with our STP is the reliability or the availability of treated water. For example, in a conventional process, it is always a firefighting situation. It's like taming a wild horse. So, you have during the weekend. So, in STP language, the whole process works. It is food to microbe ratio. So, whatever we add to the water as a waste is basically food for the micro life. So, if you look at our residences, we are mostly for the entire week we are outside the house, but on Saturdays and Sundays we are at home. So, when we are at home, the food into the STP is increasing. So, there is this fluctuating load which is a problem in electromechanical STPs. In our case, this fluctuating load does not really matter. Our company has been into setting up these STPs for almost a decade now, and we have our STPs running all over the country. Do not go on the looks of this, doesn't really matter. What matters is the quality of treated water that you get out of it. I don't care if somebody says, oh, your STP looks very shabby, what is this? No, I don't care. This is the recycled plastic. I don't think there could have been a better use of this material. And if more of these STPs come in, I'm sure, it will be a really nice thing to do. Thank you very much.